the economy continues to sing by the numbers. Look, let's not go overboard now. The reality is 60% of Americans are still living paycheck to paycheck, and that hasn't changed whether it's Obama, it's Biden, or whatever. It has gotten a little bit better under Biden as far as a paycheck to paycheck kind of thing, right? The economy is suffering because we have a structural problem in the economic system. The current economic system allows parasites to get all the spoils. Or parasites, meaning the corporate executives, the shareholders to some extent, and I'm talking the ones that forces their executives to do all the things necessary to make their dividends at all cost. Yeah, they are still in command of the entire stakeholder resources. Well, you know what's interesting? The economy still continues to go. And with that, one has to ask, what's the possibility really of Donald Trump using the economy that he claims he had to combat Donald Trump? I mean, if people are educated, it just won't work. The question would be, why go back to what Donald Trump was all about? Check this out from Chris Hayes, and we'll take it on the other side.
This morning's headlines from the Wall Street Journal and other papers. Quote, U.S. shatters expectations. Second headline, the U.S. economy boomed in 2023. Third, U.S. economy grew at a shocking pace. I love that shocking pace, Pete.
I mean, it's true. It is true. Another day, another shockingly good piece of economic news for the country and also for President Joe Biden. Economists had estimated that GDP, that's a measure of basically the total growth of the economy, all goods and services produced, would grow at a rate of about 2% in the fourth quarter of last year. Today, we learned that GDP actually grew at a rate of 3.3% during that time. The rate of economic growth blew the already quite optimistic prediction out of the water. And once again, in what is starting to feel like a weekly tradition, Fox News struggled to cover this great news for the economy through almost literally gritted teeth.
We'll look through this report to see if there are signs that maybe the economy doesn't feel as or isn't as resilient as it might seem.
What troubles me about this GDP estimate for the fourth quarter is, number one, it was a holiday quarter, so people are going to push it during the holidays because you don't want to tell your kids there's no presents under the tree. The second thing is the government spending, right?
I didn't want to say that.
Of course.
I don't want to say that.
So, government spending has contributed to this as well, and it's really not helping people. All it's done is get us deeper into the inflationary hole. Having said that, these do get revised, so let's see what happens.
It's seasonally adjusted. They adjust for the fourth quarter. They know that it's the holidays. Now, despite what she said about inflation, it actually came in at just 1.7% last quarter, which is actually below the Fed's target of about 2%, which is also great news. And it is easy to just see these as numbers or abstractions, but they do represent real tangible things out in the world. As Heather Long of the Washington Post points out, the economy boomed last year for key three reasons. One, consumer spending was way up. Two, government investment in the economy was way up, especially among state and local governments. And three, there was a huge uptick in what is called structure building for things like factories. And again, as Long notes, points 2 and 3 are a direct result of policy investments from the Biden administration. Point 1 is due to a strong economy, which is also a result of Biden administration policies. None of this is an accident. None of it is arbitrary. The Biden administration took proactive steps to grow the economy, and the economy has boomed.
So, yeah, the Biden economy under the current state of our economic system is great. It's great. The inflation is now below the target that the feds were looking. I mean, everything is clicking for this president. We'll see if it starts to reflect in the polls, but if it doesn't, there's a whole lot more to this election. Deep inside, we all know what it is.
We
spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.